It's a brand new day. I recorded my morning on TikTok, but here's what happens after the gym. I have more coffee, and then I'm going to tidy my kitchen because I'm a responsible 33-year-old woman. Today's just a normal work day, but I want to squeeze into my free time editing and finishing off the Substack that I started yesterday, and hopefully read it to you. For those of you who don't like practicing their literacy, you can just listen along as you watch me go about my day. The article is called, "What's the Worst That Could Happen? Let's Hansel and Gretel Our Way into This Dark Forest." I spent years thinking about writing for a public audience, posting on social media platforms, and generally exposing my creativity to the outside world before I ever did anything about it. What was I afraid of? Scenario A, no one reads my work, no one likes it, and I'm forced to face the fact that I'm a pathetic loser. Scenario B, everyone reads my work, everyone hates it, and I'm forced to face the fact that I'm a talentless fraud. I have many inner voices. This particular one is a bully with moderation blindness. I would say that the reason I remained inactive for so long is because I preferred the security of the world of ideas to the dangers of reality. However, processing a torrent of thoughts without the release of action reinforces my depression. Inaction turned my safe little world of ideas into a living nightmare. I was no longer happy existing in my head alone. Gradually, and then all at once, I started posting everywhere: Substack, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, even RedNote. My iPhone camera flipped permanently on selfie mode. My Substacks littered with I. I've grown cross-eyed staring so intently at my own navel, and yet frantically out here is still better than quietly in there. I wish this next paragraph could describe how my brave foray into the outside world led to my happily ever after, the victorious moment when Gretel pushes the evil witch of self-doubt into the oven, killing her before returning safely to her loving home. But this isn't a fairy tale, or if it is, I'm still stuck in the scary part where the witch is threatening to cook and eat me. Specifically, I am living in worst-case scenario A. No one is reading, no one is liking, and I just might be a pathetic loser. Initially, I don't seem to mind when my post hasn't received any likes. I am posting into a void, and the void returns my gaze. It is only once I begin to scroll that my chest tightens. I notice all the other content from other accounts with hundreds, even thousands of likes. Anxiety begins frothing the yellow-green bile in my stomach, increasing its volume and squeezing any blood in its way up into my cheeks. Then, in one flush, I transform my hot pink embarrassment into rage directed at my friends. Where are they? Why aren't they commenting supportively? They have lives and families, and the rest are off social media entirely because, rumor has it, it's bad for your mental health. I read, reread, watch, and rewatch my work as if from a stranger's eyes. What did I do wrong? Maybe my fears are real. I am not smart enough, interesting enough, or creative enough. Or maybe the internet is a lawless place that can't even function reliably, let alone meritocratically. Still, I read and scroll obsessively, hoping to identify what works in successful content to apply it to my own. And then, without any conscious epiphany, I suddenly stop spiraling and land firmly on my feet. I recall why I started posting. I wanted to hear the sound my voice makes when it's shared aloud instead of hoarded shamefully in my muted mind. Even without validation, even under threat of loserdom, I would rather try for real than suffocate in the solitary confinement of my own mind. As for worst case scenario B, maybe one day I'll live to write about it. The end. If you have any thoughts or comments, let me know. I'm curious. As you can tell, now is the best time of the day. During lunch, I am watching part 3 of the Bravo reunion, and I am breaking the fourth wall because what is this insanity? I never actually watched this show, but obviously I'm on the internet, so I know everything that went down. And I'm loving watching the reunion. This is the first and only time, probably forever, that I will watch a reunion of a show that I have not seen. I really love all of the reactions and comments of the blonde one. So please let me know if I'm not supposed to love the blonde one, because I do love the blonde one. I'm just giggling this whole time. This is an episode of Gogglebox where you watch me watch a show. And now we're back to work. It's really hard to motivate yourself to do a job that you don't like, even if it's not that difficult. I think when you have a lot of resistance that you've built up over years and years of doing something that you don't love, even the most simple task like replying to an email or, editing a PowerPoint presentation can feel nearly impossible because you have to get yourself all jazzed up to do it. You have to self-motivate to do a thing that you don't want to do. Whereas if you are more intrinsically connected to the success of your job, then the menial tasks aren't quite so torturous. In these circumstances, my therapist recommends going for a walk. So off I go. I'm so grateful to live in San Diego because going for a walk means literally walking on the beach. The sandy beach. I didn't always live here, so I cherish it. Quick, a Wim Wenders view. Wim Wenders made this movie called Perfect Days, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time. And in it, the main character, when he walks out of his front door each morning, stares at the sky. And I've done it ever since I've seen that movie. How stunning is San Diego? I can't believe I live here, and this is just a normal day. People surfing, kids running, sunbathing, reading books. It's so wild that you can feel anxiety and depression, and this is the planet. But it's true, those things coexist at the same time. Hey look, it's a live episode of Baywatch. Now it's time to hike back up the hill to our desk. I promised myself I would clean my bathroom today, and I hate this chore. It is the worst chore in the history of chores. My husband is away tonight, which means for dinner, we are going to have buttered noodles. It also means that it is 5:44, and I've already got my PJs back on. Let the party commence. Where is the pan? I need the pan before I can make the noodles. Okay, but for real, where is this fucking pan? Surely an entire pan can't go missing. Doesn't make no sense. I found her. Wait, I gotta show you the secret recipe. Step 1, water. Step 2, very chic vintage salt container. All right, we're gonna let that do that. I don't know why there's a miscellaneous knife here. Alas, we're gonna let the water and then add some noodles. This is not my favorite spaghetti shape, but it is the one that I have in the house. So that's what we're gonna have. Some buttered spaghetti, or excuse me, buttered capellini. Dun, 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 dun. While this is cooking, I'm going to agonize over whether or not to open a bottle of wine because obviously my husband isn't here. I'm not going to finish it. Not that I haven't in the past, but I'm not going to finish it. But then he can have some tomorrow when he gets back, and I can have some tomorrow. I just feel like it's Wednesday, Haley. Do we need to open a bottle of wine on a Wednesday? But it's a girls' night with myself, so kind of yeah. I think we maybe do. All right, let's see what we got. We have this Lambrusco. Lambrusca? That I got at a wine shop in University Heights. The woman told me that it's great for pizza, but it's bubbly, so I can't open it. And nothing else is chilled, so maybe that's my answer. Ooh. You know what? Kyle doesn't really like an orange wine. I think maybe I pop this bad boy in the fridge. I'm going to put it in the freezer because we're delayed. We want to drink it now, but she needs to be chilled, so we're putting her in the freezer. Move aside, chicken nuggets. Cargo coming in. Here, you nosy bastards. That's my freezer. All right, boil, baby, boil. I'll be back. My noodles are submerged. Good night, little noodles. I don't know if I cooked the right amount. Maybe that's enough to feed a family of 6. Maybe that's not even enough for me. We're going to find out the hard way. Let's try one. Still a smidge al dente. We like it al dente, but not too al dente. We need to get our colander ready. Colander! That sounded like Hollander. Hollander! I miss Hollander. It's time, it's time, it's time. All right. Boom. Nudes. Next ingredient, you'll never guess, butter. She needs more butter. Oh, yeah. Literally never disappoints. Never, ever, ever. I feel like I need to sing a religious hymn. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. See you soon. Mwah.